So come on in, take a sip. Let's wind down. It's Monday. Wow, what an uneventful weekend, really, right? You know, had a couple of awesome grids to jump into. About like this awesome wine, it has been teasing my nose since I poured it a few minutes ago, and it is absolutely beautiful. This is Valpolicella, so a 2022 Valpolicella Ripasso. And it is just a lovely little, yeah, just this wonderful little bed of cassis and some other berries in there, right? It's just just wonderful in the nose. It really is harmonic, and it's beautifully, beautifully complex on the nose. On the palate, it's the same, slightly muted on the berries, slightly tannic, I'd say almost well balanced between the two. It is soft, but it's also slightly tannic. So maybe a fattier dish to go with, right? Especially if you're serving meats or whatnot. But a wonderful wine here. The palate is really pleased, to be honest with you. Speaking of my palate, in the third person, the palate is quite pleased. And it is. This is fabulous. I think it was right at 13 euros. So again, it's not going to break the bank here on the continent. Don't know what it'd be running anywhere else, but I'm telling you, this is a fantastic wine. And one of the things that I can always tell a good wine is when they take the time to put a good cork on it, or they have a good screw cap system in place. I mean, I think we all know. I think the science is pretty much in. There's a few holdouts, and I get that, and I do not have an opinion either way. But it seems that the screw cap probably is the best way to actually store wine, right? You know, for longevity, etc. But I think a lot of us just like to throw caution to the wind and have that cork, even though it runs a risk, right? You know, there's a risk in having that cork and the damaging of the wine to maybe oxygen exposure. Maybe it's not that quite as high to seal, but yeah, when it's a really nice, high quality cork, then I'm thinking it's probably going to be a pretty high quality wine. But that's something that you can never tell until you get home. Beautiful. And happy Monday to all of you. It has been a greatly uneventful weekend. Outside of walking to a flea market, that's about all I did. I mean, it was just fantastic, right? So let's go ahead and hop into the grid. I bought some gear so that I could be doing these outside when it's nice weather, but today it is raining. And as a matter of fact, I opened the wine out on the terrace. I love it out there. And as soon as I started to film it, it just started raining. I don't know if you could see the rain coming down or not, if it hit the camera or whatever, but yeah, it was raining on us, so that being what it is. We'll go ahead and hop into our grid, though, and see what we've got here. Monday, June 2nd, 2025, and we've got a construction by Anthony V. Grubb, edited by Will Shorts, so we'll hop into this. However, I gotta say, had quite a few of you that, you know, popped off with 42, right? Which is indeed, yeah, Sue Shoemaker. You're absolutely right. The meaning of life and everything, and probably the age at which I think I was getting out of the army as well, right? You know, but it's just a wonderful number, and yes, 42, right? Very nice. And thank you. It was just kind of, I was just joking around about people actually sticking around to the end, but the fact that so many of you did respond, that really warmed the whatever's inside here. Cockles, heart, stuff, you know, whatever it is. I mean, it really meant a lot to me, and I cannot wait to answer all of you while these are uploading and processing. I'm looking forward to that. So, as promised, all you got to do is just shoot me an email, and it's in the description below. Shoot me an email, send me a P.O. box or wherever you want me to send it, and I'll be sending some decals your way as a way of saying thank you, right? You know, for just being such wonderful, wonderfully giving, kind, and thoughtful community members. And yes, 42. We'll hop into this grid to see what we got. Don't love it. Don't hate it. Meh? It's a good thing Shotzi's not in there. She absolutely hates that word. I'm not sure why, but she does not like that word. Meh. No. Part of a Halloween costume may be a mask. Okay, very nice. Without further ado, perhaps the Sopranos actress Falco would be Edie, one of my favorite actresses, and I really loved her in Goodfellas too. Or was that Lorraine Baracchio? I can't keep up. Oh, Lorraine brought you. Never mind. Sorry. Skewered meat dish. Okay, well, clearly we're looking for kebab, but how are we spelling it? Are we going to anglicize it K-E-B-O-B or K-E-B-A-B, which would be what you'd see here? Grab a chair, maybe sit. So, emotionally charged is an issue. So, we got these other 6 letters here, so I'm going to go with a hot button item. And now we'll find out if it's going to be an A or a B. Accessibility law initials, and an A it is. We got the ADA coming in here, the Americans with Disabilities Act. That's signed in 93, 94, something like that, maybe. I don't know. I think I was a freshman and undergraduate. Thick noodle in Japanese soups, would probably be udon. No, I would have been a sophomore, 94. Skewered meat dish. So yes, sorry, forgot about that already. Bruce Springsteen to fan would be the Boys. The Boys. I love watching those old videos of him. Negatory. I don't know. Nope. Maybe. Timepiece would be a sprig. So I'm thinking, yeah. Probably a nope. Why not? Some English nobleman. How about Earls? Like Lord Grantham. Make by hand could be to craft. I'm going to try to pay especially good attention so we don't have to hunt and finger anything down. Pink Nintendo character from Planet Popstar, and I think that's Kirby. I don't know. I never played it. Don't have a clue. What do we got here? Explosive, expletive. Okay, good. When I see an F and a B by each, and I'm like, what is going on? What have I misspelled? So we got ourselves an F-bomb here. And high and mighty, maybe smug. And home on the page of many ABC books, maybe an igloo. That's kind of clever. So pipe down. How about put a sock in it? Put a sock in it. Superfan and slang would be a stan. And so, Nature of a Sister is the 91 Latifah album. I bought that on disc in the day. I do. I mean, I just love music, and I don't care what style it is as long as it's not. I guess I really don't care much for bluegrass, but I don't begrudge anyone who does. You know, I just don't own any bluegrass music. Rule-making group for a residential community. Man, I've heard horror stories about these things, these HOAs. We've lived in private communities. We lived in gated communities in the past when we were stateside, and those are great. Before that HOA, whatever it is that we're operating under, we got to really scrutinize that. We're talking like that's a letter to the attorney. Look this over. Tell me where I might, have an issue. Thanks, counselor. It's just one of those days. Maybe goes for could be to opt. Crossed one fingers, maybe hoped. 18-wheeler would be a semi. So yeah, I think we got an ED. What do you think this is going to be, Eddie's here? I mean, ED. We know it's going to be hoped. We got an E, so. Ice cream brand, huh? Dryers on the West Coast, huh? That's a shocker, isn't it? Go fly a kite. Oh, eat my shorts. Okay, I don't know where. I saw the boss here at Fort Down all of a sudden. Hey, I'm walking here. Right? That's where I'm going with this stuff. But we didn't bring Pacino into it today. Live together. Maybe cohabit. And let's see. Grandma in Guatemala would be abuela. So, social media app with reels and stories. I'm assuming Insta. Sure. One pouncing at a laser pointer, perhaps. Okay. I couldn't have a cat. Though they'd probably be the easiest to take care of, especially one of those automatic kitty litter things. I might be okay with that. Be the hair. But if I got one of those Dr. Evil cats without the hair, I might be happy with that. But I would probably drive that cat insane with a laser pointer. And I don't even own one, but I'd have to buy one. Smash to smithereens. Smash to smithereens. Okay, I don't know. For some reason, that's just not coming to me. Maybe total? I don't know. Prickly plants could be cacti. Greek sorceress who took the phrase men are pigs seriously, and I think this is Circe. So constellation with a belt would be Orion. So preferring platonic relationships. Okay, I think we got that all right there. I feel like that's right. Only U.S. state whose capital has a 3-word name in Utah. And they might be sold a la carte at a Mexican restaurant. How about tacos? Feudal underling could be a serf. Possess, maybe to have. Actual shape of the Crab Nebula is actually an oval, and it says here disappointingly. Yeah, that is a little disappointed. Scratch or stain would be to mar. Out of the picture, maybe. Maybe camera shy? Yeah, you notice I get a little bit more cavalier on a Monday. Gunslinger Earp. Wyatt. She sells seashells by the seashore. Hey, who is she again? Sally. Got it. Okay. Tracking. Oh, brother, where art thou? Nice. Never saw that either. Never saw it once. Abound, maybe to a team. Alternative to a trowel, maybe a hoe. Got it. Okay. Yum. Okay, delish. So let's finish this up here. Beer making establishment. Well, probably time for some new glasses, isn't it? I think we got a brewery here. And no skin off my nose. Maybe suit yourself. Yeah, sure. Here's a thought. I say, tennis anyone? Salad Days by Monty Python. If you haven't seen it, you should Google that. It is funny. Grandma in Glasgow, I'm imagining would be, hi, how are y'all doing? It's good to see the little ones are on the phone. Let's see. So, sight along. Hi, bye, bye. Sorry, bye. All right, side along a farm country road. How about a silo? You know, they always make me happy. I mean, they're just little happiness creatures is what they are. Poker face could be stony, of course. And piggy bank opening, gosh, I mean, it should be a slot, but sometimes it's a slit, and that's just always like, that's like an eye or something, right? You know, I don't know. The Polar Express, you have to believe to receive. And you know, I've never seen that movie once, but I have heard it every Christmas for the last 20 years, so gotta believe to receive. So where did that come from again? Polar Express. Ah, okay. Word before act or action. How about class act? Kind of like that pretty girl sitting behind me. Total class act. Vile Nile reptiles. Probably be asps. I feel like I'm getting lispy when I say asps. Lollygag. Maybe idle. As in Eric Idle, as in Monty Python's Salad Days. It's a 5-minute sketch, but it's hilarious. You should watch that. Probably on YouTube right now. Where duds are draped to dry, or a literal description of 18, 28, and 49 across. And I'm imagining we're talking about clotheslines. We got to eat my shorts, put a sock in it, suit yourself. So we got a clever little themed Monday, and it is a clever little Monday. It really is. I think it's really awesome, actually. I mean, I think this is the first time I've ever seen an F-bomb in the grid. May not be. I mean, it's not exactly something that I'd be like, oh, I can't believe, you know, pearl clutching or anything. But I'm just saying, I think it might be the first time I've seen it, or the first time I paid attention to it. Snacks on could be munches. Munch, munch, munch. Nosh, nosh, nosh. Ring result in brief could be a TKO. It's nearly impossible to split their creme equally per MIT. Nearly impossible to split their cream. The creme. I don't know. What were we trying to get there for that? I mean, I have no idea. Dried chili in Mexican cuisine. I think we're talking about ancho. And oh, split their cream equally. Okay, got it. So I'm now see Oreos. Okay, well I can see that probably took a substantial grant from someone to come up with that answer. Pretty good. Actually, I kind of like it. Actor Ethan, whose surname sounds like a bird, and I guess we're talking about a hawk. And okay, so here we have actor Russell, whose surname sounds like a bird. I guess we're talking about crow. And neither here nor there. Move upward. I guess I didn't spell munches correctly, but I better go over this. I really don't want to have to fat finger on a Monday. Now, that would just be no bueno all the way around. King Earl F-bomb suits. Well, suit yourself. Okay, so kind of power using rooftop panels would be solar. So we're gonna ascend now. What else did I do? I mean, did I do something wrong? I mean, if you just yell a little louder from the future, I could maybe change it real quick. Short thing for someone with a temper, maybe a fuse. Per annum. Yeah, this is really cool little grid. Gone like magic, maybe poof. And once upon a midnight dreary. Like the name Parker for a valet would probably be apt. And bear with a hard bed and hot porridge and really a bad attitude. He ought to be happy to have any bed at all, and he can let the porridge cool a little. You know, try to eat more closely, slowly, deliberately. Right? It's better for his gut biome that way. Okay, well, I'm not seeing anything glaring, but I'm not really going over it too much. So I don't know. Let's just see. If we're going to fat finger something, then we're going to do it. So let's just go ahead and see. How do we do, Bob? And then somehow or another that we didn't fat finger something during yesterday's grid as poorly as I was performing on the typing lane. That was impressive alone. So now we've got an 8-day streak. But I'm telling you, I'll find the mistake Monday through Saturday, but on Sunday, fat finger there. We're just going to reveal it and figure out where it's wrong. So, great little grid today. I honestly think that, I really thought the F-bomb was just kind of funny. Explosive expletive. I mean, I was really trying to think what kind of expletive would be explosive. Like what could you say that was, zounds maybe, but even that's not truly explosive. So, I was like, I wonder what that is. And it was an F-bomb. And, but yeah, the my shorts put a sock in it, suit yourself, clothesline, just really good stuff. Had the little hot crow intersection there that was fun. I always love it when we get a taco into the grid somehow or another, right? And that would be tomorrow, Taco Tuesday. And of course, the Circe, taco made it in here today. Tacos, they might come a la carte at a Mexican restaurant, Shotzi. And and I like the fact that we broke out what Utah was, that it was actually, these many different names put into one, representing a lot of the different the tribal and the geographic activities in the area there. So very, very nice grid. Let's go ahead and bring down our Manière d'Adieu. And again, if you waited till the end yesterday and you actually commented with a 42, then by all means, you can go down into the description below. Just shoot me your P.O. box or wherever you want me to send your decal. I'm happy to get it off in the mail to you. It's my absolute pleasure. It'd be my treat. Besides, I like the idea of that being on your laptop or something when you're out at Starbucks working on that novel. Maybe it'll get someone's attention, and we'll bring another community member in who's just as gracious and kind and as intelligent as all of you. That would be great. So, growing from within, right? Until we see you tomorrow, ich wünsche Ihnen einen schönen Tag noch. Auf Wiedersehen. Tschüss. Servus. Grüß Gott. Ciao. Cin-Cin. Be well out there. Be nice to strangers, especially those who are behind you waiting in line. Take care now.